uestlove, man. Thanks for having us backstage after the show.
Yes.
Roots killed it as always.
Thank you so much.
You know, I know you because you come through Chicago quite a bit, which means you have a certain love, or at least Chicago has a love for you guys and your music. What is it about Chicago that you particularly gravitate towards and that you don't get from other cities?
I will say that Chicago is probably one of the last bastions of a particular type of club culture that you just don't get anymore. Most music historians will note that the Chicago area is pretty much the home of house music or electro music, and just the whole idea of the whole do-it-yourself subculture of them inventing their own music, having their own dances, having their own. I mean, it's basically a phenomenon that, if I should be so bold, I'll say that Chicago has really sustained what we now know as club culture for the last 30 years practically. I mean, that's a town that is very big on a love of music, and being the musician that I am, I have to give them their props.
So one of the things the International Olympic Committee is looking for is a city that is so culturally rich that visitors from all over the world will enjoy. Outside of music, are there other things that you think all sorts of cultures will appreciate in Chicago?
I will say that as far as the world of sports is concerned, Chicago is world class in that regard. I will say that it's a beautiful cosmopolitan city. I'm not just saying that because maybe I can convince you, but no, seriously, Chicago is a beautiful I mean, Oprah's from Chicago.
Come on.
Our president is from Chicago.
I know, it should be a no-brainer.
This is absolutely a no-brainer. Kanye, the orator of the moment, Chicago. One of the most gifted hip-hoppers of all time, Common, Chicago. A world-class ball player and gentleman, Michael Jordan, Chicago. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's my all-time favorite show, Soul Train, Chicago.
I love it. You are a true fan of Chicago. I had no idea at this level.
Absolutely.
What do you think, as Chicagoans or just Americans in general, we can all gain just by having all these different cultures in our home for this worldly celebration?
I just think that this is a time for a new understanding of America. As a person who has been to Europe, to Asia, to Africa, practically all the continents, I've seen the light of America and its perception of it, sort of go from a little high on the charts. And then there was a second where we weren't looking too good. And I think that right now we're on an upswing again. And I think what better way to really bring the point home than to have the Olympics in the hometown of the man that's really changing the face of America again. And it's the most obvious answer. I believe that Chicago should be the home. If it is the home, I will be at the Olympics.
You will be.
I will be at the Olympics.
You'll be performing at the opening ceremonies, of course.
Yes, God will.
God willing.
God willing.
And
if
when
Kanye don't hog it up.